What's up, guys? George back again to do another episode of Nyrd Alert. This is episode number 12. I got a ton of new stuff over the last few months. It's been a while since I've done a Nyrd Alert, just because I haven't been, getting too much toys and comics and all that stuff for a while. I just got back from Ocean City, New Jersey. There is like an old school store down there called Oli Yesterday that carries tons of collectibles from the past, like comic books, newspapers, books, toys, anything you can think of, hash trucks. I mean, it's an awesome store. It's my favorite store in Ocean City. I always grab a few things in there, like the cheaper stuff, like back issues of Mad, which I have some. I also got a few things before I left via garage sale and just ordering stuff, like Amazon and stuff. So first up, I got 3 new toys. This one I picked up in the clearance bin. It was $1. I just saw the top of it and realized later that it was from the new movie, and that's the Ecto one. I thought it was the original one when I saw it, but it is from the new movie. But it's kind of cool. Like I said, it was only $1. It was in the clearance bin. We all know the reason why it was in the clearance bin, because the movie was absolute ass. I hated this movie. But I'll add that to the collection. I like buying the movie cars. Hot Wheels has been doing. They have a ton of them now. I haven't gotten them all. I'm not going to get them all, but I figured this one for $1. I'd pick that one up. I also picked up in the same, this wasn't clearance, but it was the same shop. This was $4 or $5, and that's the Hot Wheels 66 Batmobile, which I have a bunch of different models of this. My favorite car from back in the day, and they're coming out with quite a few different ones. Some with the figures in them, some without. But this is the Hot Wheels collector's version of it. It's a little bigger than your standard Hot Wheel. Doesn't really have the scale on it, but picked that up. And then on Amazon, I picked this one up. This one's all die cast from the Jada company. That's a nice size. It's about a 5-inch, I guess, Batmobile. And there's a couple other ones of mine up now that are around $20 that have the figures in them. One's a 10-inch one. But this one's killer. It's fully metal. Full die cast. Looks killer. It's a good repro of it. So I'm a sucker for these things. These old school movie cars. I just saw there's a new one for the family truckster for vacation with Aunt Edna on the roof that I might be picking up, wrapped up. That one looks pretty funny. But that's it for the toys, really. Next up, I was at a used bookstore in, I think it was Exton, Pennsylvania, and I found this book in there. This was $1 or 50 cents. This was 50 cents. It's Amityville, the final chapter, written by John Jones. Not sure what this is, but it still tells the story of the Lutz family. But I don't know if this is fiction at this point. It says non-fiction, but we all know the story behind Amityville at this point. But I thought that was cool. I never saw this before, so I figured I'll give it a read, see what it's all about. On to some movie magazines. New issues of. I'm going to go through these real quick because there's a brand new magazine from the UK called Horrorville. This is issue 4. Stranger Things season 2 issue. It's a killer magazine. It's about 115 pages. I think it comes out every 2 months. Like I said, this is the 4th issue. I have all 4 issues. Barnes & Noble carries this now. Really killer articles in it. Old school articles. New school shit. Really killer magazine. Basically, this is like the UK's version of Hound at this point. Because they cover everything. Toys and DVDs and tons of reviews and really killer mag. I love that cover too. Let's definitely check that one. That's the current one on sale at the moment anyway. Next up is the Creeps magazine. Issue 10's out. Issue 11 should be out at any time. This one came out a couple months, almost 2 months ago now. There's a killer, really cool story in here, The Gallery of Monsters. It has a lot of the Universal monsters in it, but still one of my favorite new comic magazines. Well, it's the only one really out there doing the horror, but if you dig the old creepy and eerie, you'll love this magazine. Like I said, this comes out 4 times a year. Issue 10 out now. Issue 11 should be out at any moment. If you're watching this before, if you're watching this before August, I guess, it should be out at any moment. If you're watching this after August, it's probably out already. The latest issue of Hound. This is number 65. Again, with this, issue 66 should be out at any moment as well. Love this magazine. My favorite horror magazine. Covers comics, horror, DVD, Blu-rays. Has the a lot of the times it'll have the Horror's Hallowed Ground, where they go back to see movie locations and take pictures of iconic scenes. This one has Nightmare on Elm Street 3 in it, so you can see the Freddy house and what it looks like today. Has the Mummy on the cover, which was a total flop, which I knew it was going to be. Anything that Tom Cruise puts his name on tends to flop at this point in his career. But love this magazine. Can't say enough about it. If you haven't read Hound yet, definitely do yourself a favor and go out and check it out. And like I said, issue 60. This is issue 65. Issue 66 should be out at any time. I have no desire to see the Mummy either. Next up is the 2 latest issues of Rue Morgue. This is the May-June issue and the July-August issue. Sucks that Rue Morgue has now gone to bi-monthly, which is 6 issues a year now instead of 10. So every 2 months, like Hound and Horrorville, it's going to be every 2 months now, which I guess is the state of publications nowadays. But kind of bummed, but I liked getting this every month. But cool article on a new movie called The Evil Within. Independent film. Straight to DVD, but it's getting amazing reviews. I do have it to watch. I did get it while I was away, so I'll probably be doing a review of this real soon. And the last one is a UK magazine called Scream, another killer horror magazine. Really cool articles in it, old school and new school stuff. This one's a little far behind though, as far as being. You can find this at Barnes and Noble as well, but like this one is the May-June issue, and it just came out not too long, a couple weeks ago. Has an article on Pool Party Massacre, which I want to check out that film at some point. Just really cool. Another really cool, that Night Watchman. I want to see this film. I don't know when it comes out, but it's coming out within the next couple months, I think. Killer clown movie. Definitely check out Scream. There is another U.S. magazine called Scream, with it's SCREEM, that deals more with old school horror, but this is a new one, so I would definitely check out if you're into horror and you haven't seen. These are the best magazines out there right now. The Horrorville, Horror Hound, Scream, and Rue Morgue. You know, now the Fangoria is gone. Never see the light of day again on that, apparently. Alright, now a couple movies I picked up. These are all cheap ones I got at various thrift shops and stuff. I picked up the 6-film collection, The Children of the Corn. This was $1. It has Children of the Corn 2 through Children of the Corn Revelation. They probably all suck, but I just bought it to add to the collection. I forget where I got this. One of the thrift stores around here. There's $1 for that one. Picked up Bad Milo on Blu-ray. Got the little shit monster. This was $1. I had it on DVD, but I wanted to get all the special features on it because this is a pretty funny film. Pretty good film. It's not the greatest, but it's definitely worth owning, worth watching if you get it cheap enough. Stars Ken Marino, who's been in various comedies over the years. Pretty funny dude. Definitely check out Bad Milo. Pretty cool film. Got this for $1, the new Jurassic World. I had no desire to really see this, but for $1 I'll check it out. This has the DVD and digital download still with it. So that's pretty cool. That was $1. Evil Dead 2 reissue. I got this for $5, I think. It was $4.99 at Target or something like that. The only reason I picked it up is there's a ton of special features on it. And I wasn't sure if I had all those special features until I got home. And it turns out the copy that I had of this, the old Blu-ray of this, didn't have all these special features, so. But classic Evil Dead 2 film. I like that artwork. So, but, you know, rebuying this shit drives me insane. But Evil Dead, I'll do it. And lastly, I picked this up. I had a gift card, and then I had like 50% off coupon, something shit. So I ended up getting this for $6 brand new, and that's $11.22.63. This is a Stephen King adaptation of his book about, it's a time travel story, really. This stars James Franco. It was a 10-part, I think, 10-part miniseries on Hulu, originally. 439 minutes. Really cool story. James Franco's character goes back in time to basically try to stop the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Really cool. It was an excellent book. The movie's not as good as the book, but the movie's pretty good. The miniseries is really good. The book is fantastic. I read the book last summer. I would say it's one of Stephen King's best books ever. I've always been intrigued by the Kennedy assassination for some reason, although I wasn't born then yet. But I watched this on Hulu when it first came out for $6. I'm gonna grab it all day long. I'm gonna revisit it. My wife hasn't seen this yet. I've been telling her, like, you gotta watch this or read the book. Fantastic film, miniseries. I keep calling it a film, but fantastic miniseries. This has a special feature when the future fights back. Really killer story. Really awesome story. I can't suggest this more. If you're into time travel, and it's not like crazy time travel, it's just a period piece in the 60s, I would suggest checking this out. Can't go wrong. I think Greeno would like this a lot. My buddy Greeno. Check this out. Really fantastic film. Then on Amazon UK, I picked up The Void, another fantastic brand new horror film from the executive producer of The Witch, which I have the Blu-ray, but I haven't watched it yet. I did a review on my channel of this movie, so definitely check out the review for more info on this, but really fantastic 80s throwback, kind of a Hellraiser meets I don't know, Stranger Things, maybe, that whole vibe. Really killer. This is an amazing film. I love this film a lot. There is no US Blu-ray right now, except for getting it direct, and it was like $30. If you have a all-region Blu-ray player, you can get this for like $7 at Amazon UK. Definitely check it out. It has a bunch of bonus features, behind the scenes, concept trailer, commentary, art, making of the creatures. Really killer. I can't suggest this more. This is a fucking great film. And it is on Netflix right now. I just saw it last night on Netflix, so if you don't want to own it, go to Netflix, watch this film. Hopefully they didn't cut any of it. I don't think Netflix really does that, but really killer film. Definitely check out The Void. And last, I got this for $1 on Amazon. Secondhand seller, brand new. I had to get this because I love this film. It was so stupid, it was awesome. And that's Zombievers. This is the UK Region 2. I haven't even opened this yet, but for $1. This was a fun film. I liked it a lot. I thought it was funny. I don't know, man. It was just a fun film. It was so goofy. It was awesome. And it's not cheesy, like, as far as low budget. I mean, it's a low budget film, but it's not like a cheesy low budget film. The actors in it are good. It's shot. The cinematography's good on it. It's fun. I think this is on Netflix as well, too. Next up is the comics I've gotten over the last few months. These are all basically EC reprints that was needed for the collection of Vault of Horror 3. I love that cover. Vault of Horror 2. These are all from the classic, Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, Haunt of Fear, comics from the 50s. These are all reprinted back in the early 90s, I think, late 80s, early 90s. You can find these real cheap nowadays, like $1 an issue or something like that, but really killer. Haunt of Fear number 2. That's a fun one. Then I got all four of the Weird Science ones, reissues. They're all doubles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 4. There's 3. These are more sci-fi than anything. 2. And 1. I just picked these up because these were all $1 a piece. So, just picked them up to add to the collection. First issue of Two-Fisted Tales. I didn't even read this one yet. I don't think this really has much to do with Tales from the Crypt type thing. It's an EC comic reprint. So I just, these were all in the same box. This was in the same box too. Judge Dredd number 17, the original Judge Dredd comics. I just picked that up. It's the only one they had, which I was bummed when I saw it. I'm like, shit, man, I'm going to try and get all the old ones if he had them, but this is the only one he had. That's in great shape, too. So I think this is when, was he black and white then? No, it's in color. I like the old school comics more so than... I have a ton of, comics from the last 15 years that I think I'm going to get rid of. I have a local comic shop that might be interested in buying all of them. Just kind of... I'm over it, that new shit, It's kind of weak, the newer stuff. But we'll see. And then another Vault of Horror, number 1. And number 4. And then Tales from the Crypt, number 2 and 3. Again, these are the reprints. Love that cover. That cover's been on 4 different comic covers over the years. EC comic covers. So that's that as far as the comics go. I don't really buy any new ones anymore. When I see these old Tales from the Crypt ones for anything under $2, I'll pick them up. Cheers. I did get a couple new Psycho magazines. The Skywald Horror magazine, issue 11. Again, it's in the style of creepy and eerie, but this is, I think, more from the 70s. Yeah, 1973. And number 7. And this is from 72, July of 72. So I didn't have those, so they were cheap enough to pick them up. So now the rest I got down in Ocean City, which is pretty much a tradition. Every time I go down there, I have to pick up a bunch of these to read. Usually the first day I'm there. At that shop only yesterday. They have them cheap. Some of them are expensive, but I always buy the cheap ones that I know I don't have. So I'll run through these real quick. These are all Mad magazines. I've been reading Mad magazines at the Jersey Shore for 45 years. So, gotta do it. It's just it's one of those things. When I get down there, first shop I go to is only yesterday. I buy a handful of Mad, sit on the beach or at the pool, read them, or even at night. So I'm going to run through these real quick. Issue 219 from December of 1980. The Summer Special 1984. I usually try and pick up the special ones because they're 100 pages for the same price. $3, $2, whatever it is. Summer 5, Summer 8. I always buy the cheap ones. So that's the Violence issue. That's pretty funny. Mad Bombs Again. This is the winner, 1988. And this is a 96 pager. issue 218 from 1980. I love this one. This is September 85, number 257. Nude beach cover, and then on the back, he says, "Flashers against nudity." That's one of my favorite covers of all time. October 84, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom issue. Mad Sports 2 from spring of 1990. This is when I started kind of getting out of it. Late 80s. Anything from the 70s and early to mid 80s I'll buy. I have most of them now though. Fall of 83. Super special. October of 83. The Return of the Jedi and A-Team issue. And super special from spring of 1981. This is the first one I bought this year. So there's that. That's all the issues I picked up this year. One or two I may have already, like the this one. I might have that one, but it was a couple bucks, and I'm thinking I had that one, but again, only $1 or $2. I went to the what's it called, the Surf Mall in Ocean City. I got one LP there, which I'll show in the next LP update. I hit a shop in Ocean City, a little record store in there, and a music store. Sells guitars and stuff, so I'll show that coming up next. A bunch of cheap upgrades, 70s rock stuff, some weird shit in there that I've never seen before. So I'll have that up next. I think that is it as far as this update goes. That's it. So anyway, that is it for episode 12 of Nerd Alert. I'll be back in probably a couple months to do episode 13. I'm not planning on getting stuff. Like I said, it's been, I don't know, it might be 4 months since I did the last episode. So this is like over the last 4 months. So it's not really that much, but and a lot of it, well, all the mads I got last week, and the horror magazines over the last month, but other than that, it hasn't been too much. So yeah, that's it. Oh, I also picked this up. This was 25 cents. I got this for the music room, just because I love these old style phones. This is I think a 1954, I think it is. I got this for 25 cents at a garage sale. I had the cord, you know, the wall jack, but it was shredded, so I just peeled it off. I took it out. I took it apart. I can hook it up again, but you can't use rotary anymore to dial out. So, but it's so old, it has the 4 digits. So when you called the operator, you would say Newcastle 3040 to call this phone. Crazy. But I think it's, I did some research on this. I think it's from 54, and it's in really good shape. Some of the red numbers are worn out at the top. It's just going to sit on my shelf up in the office. For some reason, I love these old phones. Oh, that's my first one. Probably my last one, but for 25 cents. I picked that up all day long. Especially, it's in really good shape. I cleaned it, but like I said, it's going right up on the shelf next to all the other collectibles I have. So, anyway, that is it. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Leave a comment below. Let me know all the stuff you guys picked up over the last few months. Keep me updated on any new Batmobiles you see. 66 Batmobiles or hear about. That would be awesome, because that's the one car that I do collect the most. I probably have, offhand, I probably have over a dozen of them, all different sizes. So I still want to get the original Corgi Batman or Batmobile from the early 70s, late 60s. I had one when I was a kid. Not the red wheeled one, the normal black one, and with the figures in it. Can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. I mean, I haven't seen that in 30 some years, but anybody can find one for me relatively cheap. Let me know. IM me or message me on Facebook. Links are below for that. Like I said, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this video. Click that thumbs up. Share it around with your friends. All that happy horse shit. And yeah, definitely, I'm curious to see what if people still buy this kind of stuff. So leave me a comment below. Let me know stuff you picked up. If you're in the Pennsylvania area, eastern Pennsylvania, let me know if there's any cool shops around that I would drive to check out. And that's it. So I'll talk to y'all next time. Like I said, the new LP update will be coming soon. A bunch of new reviews will be coming next week. I'm kind of tired of doing the daily review. Not tired, but I've run out of stuff to do right now. But I'm definitely have a little stack of stuff that I'll probably do this week. So keep an eye out for that next week. And I'll talk to y'all next time. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon. Peace.